Hi, everyone. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your weekend forecast for Friday, April 25th through Sunday, April 27th. So we're just going to see what kind of energies around you. I do have some initials today and some charms, so we'll be using those. And any evidence or clues of what may be coming in the next 48, 72 hours, something like that. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. I'm so grateful that you're here. Spirit, please share with me loving messages that are meant to be heard today. What is the energy around us in the days ahead? Just a short-term love message, short-term, what's going on? I am listening for you now. I have challenges. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome. So part of me feels like the person that you're interested in is a challenge. Like that feels like either they're saying that about you or you're saying that about them. And it's almost like, oh man, this person's putting me to the test. You could be putting them to the test. Put to the test, right? And what is the test? You know, we don't want to have to make anybody prove themselves, but sometimes we just want to see them do the right things consistently. You know, is that a sense of proving? Not as much as it is as just expectations, right? I have a certain level of expectation that I want in a relationship. So maybe somebody's proving to be a little bit more of a challenge than you thought. Spirit, please share with me. I have a heart. You begin to feel your heart beat faster when you are close. I like that. I like the feeling of their heart beats faster. Maybe they don't even know it. Your heart beats faster. It's kind of cute, right? It's kind of that fun new energy. Spirit, please share with me. I have being tested. Yeah, there's something going on with this test. Okay, so your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. You know, sometimes it's more just about behavior, that somebody wants to see you in different circumstances and different environments. They want to see you, how you react to that. Maybe you're being introduced to their family or to friends, and that's like a big test to them. Like, how will they accept you? Will they like you? Will everybody turn to them and say, wow, they're great? You know, so it feels like that. It's just kind of one of those moments where I'm going to say you passed the test, you know, let's say it that way. I'm assuming you're going to pass the test, but whatever it is, maybe they want to introduce you to somebody and they want it to go well. Maybe they are wanting to see you in different environments and see how you can handle it, or we all test each other, I think. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 3 of Swords. I have a 10 of Swords. I have a 9 of Wands. Wow. And I have a 2 of Wands. You know, I feel like this test is about making sure that you're over your ex, or vice versa. It could be about them, that you want to just make sure that when they bring up that person in conversation or the phone rings and it's them for some reason, that they don't respond. You know, they don't want anything to do with it, or they've definitely moved on, or maybe it's the first time that you talk about past relationships. Is there anybody in the past that could come out of the woodwork? And hopefully you're both saying, no, I'm 100% ready for a new relationship. And the only thing I'm thinking about is moving ahead. So I think the test is, I just want to make sure that you have no feelings for your past. So sometimes we get caught off guard with that. You know, somebody enters into a relationship and then all of a sudden, you know, months later, they say, well, I still have feelings for so-and-so. I never got over so-and-so. And you're like, what? You know, like, where did that come from? So have that conversation right from the beginning. Is there anybody out there that you think you still have feelings for, that you still struggle over? I have a Fool, because I'm ready to start this new journey. I'm going to say the test is that we can honestly look at each other across a table even if it's our first date, and say, I don't have any feelings for anybody else. There's nobody from my past I even want to come back. I'm not pining over anybody. And if somebody did try to come back, I wouldn't let them in the door, you know? So I feel like that is what's going on right now. So it could be very, very early stage, first date, getting it, you know, putting all cards on the table. And I think that that's important. So maybe that's the conversation that we're going to have. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you want me to know about this connection? Let's see where they're headed. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. I have glowing up. You're looking good. You're looking good. Your body looks good. They're saying revenge body. Maybe you've had some space between this last connection and you've lost weight. You look great. There's a new you. So going out on this date is, I'm just going to say date night. You know, there's a sense of date night. You pass the test. You know, we have a conversation about what it is you're looking for. We are in an environment. I want to see how you act and what you're like in public, you know. So I'm just going to say it's something along those lines. So you look good, cold, a distance, indifferent. So that could be something they want to see. I want to see if you have a personality. I want to see if you can communicate. I want to see if you expect me to do all the communicating. You know, are you a cold shoulder? You know, there's a lot of people that they do great on text messages because they're not interacting with anybody. Then you meet them in person and it's like pulling teeth. You can't even have a conversation. You feel like you're having a conversation with the wall. So maybe they just want to see what your personality is and see that it's, you know, it's going to be warm and inviting, something like that. I'm learning. I'm an open book. Ask me questions. I always love open books. There isn't anything that you can't ask me. I want to learn about you. I'm going to ask you lots of questions. Pregnancy, new start. Do you want to have children? For those of you that are at that age where you're still looking to meet somebody that still wants to start a family, that could be the test. The test could be, does this person want to start a family someday? Doesn't mean that you're saying, hey, marry me tomorrow, but you don't want to enter into a relationship with somebody who says, you know, having children is off the table. I already had my children with somebody else. I'll never have any other children, or I never saw myself as being a parent. So if that's something that you want, you definitely want to know a couple things. You want to know, are you open to having a family? And is there anybody in the closet, so to speak, that's coming out? Because I need to know. Let's get a couple more of these. So it looks like this is the, I'm going to say the moment of truth. You know, it's those hard questions that we all ask, and everybody has their checklist, so to speak, depending on what phase, what timeline you're in. What is the phase that you're in your lifetime right now? What's important to you? Where are you at? So we all have those questions. So I think that this reading is more about, make sure you know what's important to you. Make sure that you're asking those questions right up front. First date, covering up a problem. Don't ignore a problem. If somebody says, I don't think I want to have children, and you just walk away from it and you ignore it, and you end up in a relationship with this person, and years down the road, you start thinking you want to have a child. And they said, I told you right from the beginning, I didn't want to have a child. You know, that's going to be on you. So you have to ask and stand up for yourself, Spirit just said, for what's going to be important for you, for your future self and your higher self. I have big changes are coming. You're entering into the next phase. And there's lots of hope. Look at these beautiful butterflies, this transformation, this celebration cake, big changes, you know, this glow up. I mean, I like this kind of energy because it just tells me that, you know what, I'm going to put some lipstick on for those of you that wear lipstick. It's just the thought of it, right? I don't care. Brush your hair, brush your teeth. But I'm going to look good. I'm going to smell good. I'm going to enter into that date. I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to see if this person has a personality, see if there's some chemistry here. And then I'm just going to hope for this change. You know, I'm going to hope that this is the big change that I've been waiting for. And I feel hopeful with that card. I do have intimacy, bottom of the deck, and I have wishes granted. Let's take a look at these. So make a wish. Maybe you're wishing to be intimate with this person this week. Excuse me, maybe you're hoping that this is the weekend that we're going to be intimate and, you know, have this kind of moment of truth and being together. So definitely want to know if there's anybody in the closet before we get here. But we've got chemistry, we've got closeness, we have intimacy. That is really exciting, or at least thoughts of intimacy. Maybe we're not there yet, but thoughts of I would love to be intimate with this person, or I can't wait someday. You know, I want to be in a physical relationship with somebody when I'm ready emotionally for that. So I think that sounds great. Let's get some letters. Maybe some of you are there. Maybe some of you are looking forward to, you know, a really nice weekend with the person that you're thinking of. But let's get some initials, first initials, last initials. See what Spirit has for you. Some of you, you may spell your name. That would be exciting. That's always fun. And don't worry if you don't see your person's initials. These are just a handful of clues, as always. Okay, let's see what the initials are saying. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me see. Nope, I can't zoom in on this one. Okay. I have an R. I have an S. R, S, A. The letter E. I have an A. I have a V. I have an O. N. U. I have an E. I have a V. I have an F. An A. T. I have an A. The letter P. I have another P. I have an F. A couple more. I have an R. Another F. Lots of Fs. Okay. I have a K. Another S. Another F. F is a winner here today. And I have the letter L. Okay, so if you see your person's name or your name, please let me know in the comments. I always love to see that we have gotten some kind of evidence in the reading. That's always fun for me. Spirit, how about some clues about this person? Anything that I should know about them, look for, any signs about this person you want me to know? What is it that you need me to know today? I have jet black hair, very dark hair. One of you could have very dark hair. I love your smile. Could be one of the first things somebody says to you. I always love that, right? The person who they notice your eyes, they notice your smile, they tell you you're beautiful or handsome or you look good. I mean, that's nice. It's nice to go on those dates and be complimented. Someone might have a birthmark that we may find out about. I have a cat. I have a cat. Somebody has a cat. Maybe they like animals. Somebody has blonde hair. So we've got somebody dark hair, blonde hair. I have a single mother. Someone might have been raised by a single mother. I have somebody's a night owl. They like to stay up late at night. And you ask them what they do, and they say they stay on the computer, they watch TV, they play on their phone, you know, like they don't even know what they do. I feel like they stay up, but they don't even really know what they do. An oldest child, okay, so it has some siblings, it looks like. Someone has very short hair. Somebody could be a middle child. So we've got siblings, it looks like. Loves fast food. Okay, so I always grab a bite. I go through drive-thrus. Maybe that's, they're not proud of it, but it is what it is. I have, likes to buy flowers. Their hair has a tendency to grow really fast. It feels like it's thick. It grows fast. That could be you. Dark gray car. Has a roommate, shares a home, something like that. Somebody could be an only child. Okay, so we have some differences there with positions in the family. Big football fan. Okay, so somebody's a football fan. I've got building trade. I've got somebody who's in management. They could be a boss of some kind of organization. Of course, loves music. Somebody likes math and science more than other subjects. I have somebody has a beard, facial hair. Somebody's definitely a junk food junkie. So we've got fast food, junk food junkie. Let's get one more. I feel like I want one more. Look for red sneakers. Okay. Look for red sneakers. Somebody's got red sneakers and big dreams of the future. I like that. Big dreams of the future. I have plans for my future. They could be starting a business. They could be building a business. What sign may they be, Spirit? I have a Gemini, a Leo, an Aquarius, Cancer, and a Sagittarius today. And I know that my charms have some signs as well. Spirit, some feelings. Can I have some feelings that they'll have, future feelings or feelings that they have for us now? I fantasize about you and I long to touch you. So this could be the weekend that we're intimate. This could be a weekend that we want to be together. I wasn't expecting to fall so in love with you. I love that. So is this person ready to take it to the next level? Or I want to be with you. I want to be intimate with you. I want to make love to you for the first time. Maybe we're entering into a phase of commitment where we could be exclusive and we are both adults, consenting adults. So beautiful. You're so beautiful. Did I just say beautiful? You're so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what else they're saying. My love for you will never die. Okay, so we've got some strong feelings coming in. We're starting to fall for each other. You can see that. I really do love you and I want you in my life. So I have a feeling that whatever's going on around your energy, if this is just coming into your energy, it is going to turn into a pretty fast moving energy that, what starts out as possibly a simple date, you pass the test, you passed all the tests, and all of a sudden they realize they're starting to have feelings for you right out of the gate, that they just, they had a great time with you or they want to see you again immediately. So I'm going to say if this is just an initial meeting, I think it's going to go really, really well. Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. Let's see what they want to share with you for charms today. I'm going to do a spoonful of charms. I've got this beautiful bowl of charms and let me see what jumps out at me. Okay, let me get my tweezers so that I can see what I'm doing. All right, let's see. I have a couple numbers. I have the number 8, so that could be August. I have 2 8s. So August, maybe August or 88, or even the angel number 888, even though I don't have the third 8, but we could definitely go there. Okay. I have all these things with wings and I have a feather. I'm going to put all these things together for some reason. I have an owl. I have a dragonfly. I have a feather and I have an eagle. And it just feels like, I'm ready to fly. And there's a couple other things coming in. I'm ready to soar with this. It's a good choice with that owl. I feel like it's divinely sent from an angel that is in my spirit world, in my personal spirit world. It could be sent by a parent that you've lost, a grandparent, a very close friend. Like, I don't know, you just feel like there's something about this person, or you just say out loud about this person who has passed. My father would have loved you. I wish my father could have met you. He would have loved you, you know? So it's that kind of an energy. Like, I just wish that somebody who has passed could have known you, because you guys they just would have loved you. And it's such a comforting feeling. I have a beautiful castle that I'm going to put that with the big dreams, that I want a big house. I want a 4-car garage. I don't know. I want a 5-bedroom house. You know, like somebody who has like a big dream of, they know exactly what they want. And I'm going to put the princess crown with it. So are they being a princess or a king? Maybe, but maybe it's just they're willing to work really hard to get that. And that's their dream. You know, they could be in a smaller home now, and maybe in years from now, they can sell that and upscale to kind of their forever home. So I feel like this person dreams big, thinks big, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love that. I have a cup, 1 cup, but I'm going to use it as an ace of cups, that my heart is overflowing with emotion. I immediately started to have feelings for you. So I'm just going to use this as an ace of cups, that the emotions are overflowing. I like that. I have a broom, and I'm going to say I have decluttered. I have swept away my past. I don't have anything holding me back. There's nothing in my closets. So I feel like we're able to prove that to each other. That, again, I feel like that's part of the test. I feel like part of the test is going into this, I want to know like some basic things about you that are pretty big, you know, that could affect my future. So I feel like, okay, good, right answer. Good answer, right? I have a flower. The word they're giving me is petals. There's 5 petals. So I'm going to go with, because when I said why petals, and then I counted the petals, there's 5 petals. I'm going to say May. I'm going to say that the 5 represents May, because they basically asked me to count the petals. So that's what I'm feeling. Let's see, what does this say? A star just for you. Okay. You know, I'm going to put that with the feather and the dragonfly, because I do feel like this was sent to you. I do feel that there's a part of you that says this was sent to us. This is from above. This is important to me. This is going to be life-changing, something like that. I have this beautiful key with a love on it. Just this key to my heart. It also looks like a 4-leaf clover a little bit too on the top. So I feel lucky in love. I feel lucky to have you. Just this sense of wow. I mean, definitely a wow energy. I'm so grateful. Lucky in love. So that's nice. I have a stag. It's a stag, and with the big antlers, but it did come into me as hunting. I'm not against hunting. It's just not like something I encourage, but I'm not against it. It is what it is. So it could be somebody who grew up hunting. It could be somebody that they go hunting with their family. They go hunting with their father. They've been hunting since they were a kid, you know, male or female. So maybe that's just something that's a part of their history. And I do have a star, and I do feel like religion. I'm just going to use some kind of spirituality, that some kind of spirituality is represented, is how I want to say it, whatever the religion is. So it could be that I was raised in a certain religion, and I feel like we can identify with that religion. So I'm just going to put it that way. And these are the charms, and I think that they're beautiful. And I really hope whoever is in the spirit world who's sending you this loving person, that you know it's from them, that you just know when you meet them, you just say, oh man. No, in my case, it would have been, and I have said it to my husband, my father would have loved you, or does love you in the spirit world, but would have loved him. Just they would have been good friends. They would have watched football together. I mean, they just would have had so much to talk about. So it's that kind of feeling. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that this is? What is the divine destiny around this connection? Change of heart. Your perspective shifts so you can see what's right. I don't know if you're having a change of heart as much as you have clarity around what is important to you. That you maybe in the past were much more open to pretty much it is what it is. And as you get older, you're like more specific about what things are important to you and what things aren't important to you. And you're not going to waste your time. So I feel like it's more about, you know what, I thought that I was interested in you, but I would like to have a family, and you're not interested in a family. So I wish you luck on your search, in dating. So it's just a feeling of, I know what I want, is how I want to say it. I know what I'm looking for. And I think that's really the overall reading for you guys today, is just be very much aware of what's important to you when we are entering into connections. Sanctuary, find a quiet place to retreat and connect with spirit. Look at the castle. Look at the castle. So is the castle in that charm a way of spirit saying, we had the crown and we had the castle. So the person who's coming into your life could know how to protect their space. They could know how to protect their private space, their boundaries. They could be very spiritual. They could be very intuitive. And, like, this is my own private little castle. So instead of it being a big, huge house, maybe it's, what's more important to me is my peace of mind in my spiritual space. So I could look at that a couple of different ways. Spirit, please share with me a deep dive. Understanding the past creates a loving future. I feel like we will talk about a lot of things. And I think that this connection will be more emotional. And I think if this person is created boundaries in a spiritual space that's safe, I feel like we're going to feel like we can say anything, which is really a nice place to be. Illumination, whatever the question, the answer is to keep loving each other. So I feel like the light bulbs are going off. The more I ask, the more questions I want to ask. But I also feel that it's becoming brighter, and I'm getting a clearer vision of who this person is and what the potential is of this. And I have ever after. To have a lasting love, you must choose to hold on. I love that. It's just a little bit of a Cinderella's carriage there. An everlasting love. I want an everlasting love, spirit. I mean, that's really what we're all looking for. None of us want to be wasting our time. All of us want to be feeling that we feel secure with somebody and we want to move forward with somebody. So far, so good. Let's take a look at this. A moment of truth, passing the test, feeling lucky, right? Somebody's heart skips a beat. That was nice. And all cards are on the table. I'm going to ask you some tough questions, and you're going to Enlighten me. Let's see what else they want you to know. I could write 1,000 love songs about you. Beautiful. So a little bit of a words can't express how I feel. I like that. We make relationships in the movies look boring. I like that. Okay. Like maybe we could write our own love story. I think that's nice. Okay, let's get a couple more. There's nobody else I'd rather do life with. I've decided I just want to, I want to be with you on this journey. And usually that's what it takes. It's just making that decision that this is the person you want to be with. Caring for you is painless and fruitful. We definitely don't want it to be we want it to be painless. It shouldn't be hard. It should be easy. It should be loving. It should be everything that we want. So right now, I do like the happily ever after card. I mean, that feels good to me. I'm going to say that it looks like a good weekend. It's a crossing over of some kind. It's getting to know somebody. It's asking the right questions about your future self and your higher self. But I feel like we're going to move in the direction of whatever the answers are on these questions. They definitely are moving into the category of this is either worth the wait, or I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes next. So I'm going to put this out into the universe. I want you guys to have a great weekend. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. And if you are new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. Also, I'll put in the description below the links to my 2 other YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel and my Twin Flame channel. So check those out also. We'll see you again real soon.